What's up, guys? It's Shadow from SG TCG, and I'm bringing you guys my Rob Lucci deck list. So, obviously, we got the main man himself, Rob Lucci. When attacking, you mill 2 cards from the top of your deck, and you get to give -1 to any character. Great for the cost reduction. So, that's obviously black, which is what we're going to play around as cost reduction. I play a 1 of Suru. It's a 2k, and then, 1 Don on play, give something -2. So this is decent when I need to do it. If it's in trash, I could play it off the Moria and give something -2, but obviously we want something else in the trash. But that's mainly what I'm using it for. Considered I'm bumping it up, but for right now I've just kept it at 1. It hasn't really been too much of a problem for me. A lot of the time it's a 2k counter for me. Next in the deck list, we run in 3 of Spandam. So 1 cost on play, look at the top 3 cards of your deck. You get to grab 1 CP card and the rest go to trash. This is good. I run a lot of CP9 or CP cards that are 2Ks. Also, like, you got your event Tempest Kick to give something -3. Find your Lucci. Sometimes when out of the 3 cards, if a Lucci's there and I got like a 2K, I'm gonna grab the 2K because I would rather have the Lucci in the trash for some later plays. So this is good to fill your trash because some of the Tempest revolves around having 10 in the trash before it could give the -3. So this is a good way to fill the trash up with your leader ability. So on turn, that's 4 cards from leader ability and then 2 from Spandam, or 3 if you whiff with Spandam, which is rough. So obviously next we got Helmapple. I'm running at it a 2 of. This is the other card I'm using for cost reduction. Would rather have this in the trash. This gives -3, cost 2, and it's a 1k. It's also a 3, so if it's on the field, I'll attach 2 Dawn and swing for 5 if I really need to. So this is more of my heavy cost reduction. Great card, especially for the Moria combo play. Not much else to be said about it. I'm running 2 of the 3 cost Brook from EB01. On play, give something -1. Or when attacking, and then pop a 0 cost. So this is another way for me to remove bodies from the field by reducing it down to 0, and I can continuously play this from trash off Rebecca ability. So I can kind of cycle it back and place it on the field off her ability too. So grab and play and pop, and then sometimes this is like a pseudo blocker. They're gonna try to get rid of Brook right away because it's just gonna be a little menace if it sticks. So another card from EB01, we have Spandine. So on play, you place 3 CP cards back to the bottom of your deck, and then you get to play a CP 4 cost or less to the field rested. You could combo this with, obviously, you got your Khalifas, you on play draw 2, your Kakus to give something -3, and play out a Lucci or something else to pop. Or you could even play the Lucci out, which this could become a big combo. I've utilized it to play out 5 bodies, which is nuts. So crazy card, crazy combo card. I only run it at a 2 of. I don't need to see it more often than that because I'm trying to see it in the trash, or if I draw it, I draw it. But I am putting a lot into the trash with Lucci ability, basically sending 2 every turn. Then we got our next CP card. We got Khalifa, Soap Mommy. So on play, draw 2, trash 2. This is a way to filter out the hand. Let's say I got Spandine in the hand, or I got Lucci's and I need some other stuff, or I need to find stage. This is a way to kind of filter it, and then again, filling up the trash for later plays, because we're going to have a lot of cards that return stuff back to the deck. So you kind of want to have a lot of options when we're there, especially CP options. So if I'm not using it to filter, I am using it for a 2k. Or again, if it's on the field, it's going to be swinging, and then when they KO it, it's fine. It's going to be in the trash. On to my next 4 costs. We're running 4 of the new OP7 Kaku. 2k counter. On play, place 2 CP cards to the bottom of the deck, give something -3. This is the card I was talking about comboing with the Spandine. Both of these could be comboed with Spandine. If you need to filter out the hand, you got Khalifa, off Spandine. Or Kaku gives something -3 and then go for a bigger play, because this is just a 3 cost to play out of 4, leaving you with 7 Dawn if you're in the late game. But had done some crazy combos with the Kaku, playing it out from the trash to give something that -3 and then popping something, which is great. And then on to the next one, we got our Rob Lucci. We all know what this does. On play, place 3 cards to the bottom, pop a 2 and a 1. Again, you know, you got all your cost reduction, and we haven't even got to all of it. You got your Helmeppos, the Surus, and then, you know, your Kaku and Khalifas if needed to reduce leader swing. Get stuff in range with the Lucci, play them out, pop the board. Trying to just keep the board control, but then it's a 4/6. They're gonna want to get rid of this because they're not gonna want to get hit for a 6 or attach it on, and it's a 7k swing. But Lucci I always usually want to see in the trash because again I'm trying to play it out with the Spandine or a Gecko Moria later play. I had it at a 4 of, but I dropped it to 3 for the time being. I haven't had too many issues with it. Sometimes I see them all. Sometimes I see them exactly how I want to see them, or I don't see them at all. Like the last game I played on Wednesday. So that's where it's at. May or may not bump it up, but it's where it's at. Next card that's not CP, I am running Rebecca. 3 of, on play, you get to grab a card from the trash from 3 to 7. That's black, and then you could play out a card from hand. That's, what is it, 3 or less? Yeah, so 3 or less from hand. So again, you know, you could do Rebecca, you know, you could grab Helmeppo, you could Rebecca grab Spandine from the trash. So, and then you could play it out on top of it. Or what I like to do is grab a 2k counter, and if I have one of these in hand, play it out if I absolutely need to. But this is a good way to retrieve counter back from trash, or even grab, you know, our next card, which is our Sabo, and then play it out to get some immunity on the board. But yeah, the next card in the deck list is the 5 cost Dressrosa Sabo. So on play, draw 2, trash 2. It gives everything immunity for the turn that can't be KO'd. It could still be trashed by obviously like the 6 cost Brook or you know, the Nightmare Luffy. So there's ways around the immunity, but it cannot be popped, cannot be KO'd. So that's the only good thing. So they have to have the setup already for like the Nightmare Luffy. Obviously Brook is just a leader swing reduction and then trash it, but it's a 6 cost turn. So it's kind of costly to do, but very essential. I've thought about putting one of them in. But I have it at a 4 of because obviously the mirror match, it throws off the turn. If they're about to do a Moria play and I'm like on my 7 Don turn, I could throw a Sabo and it's going to throw off their Moria play because now they can't pop the board like they would have wanted to. So I might cut this down maybe to 3 and put one of those 6 cost Brooks or maybe even the Finger Pistol just because of the Bonnie matchup to have a way to get rid of the Basils. But I'm not too pressed for it, but it's something I've considered. Then I'm running 2 of the Nightmare Luffy. So when attacking, it could trash a 2 cost or less. And then for every 3 cards I place back to the bottom of the deck, I get 1,000 power. But they got to be 4 cost or more. So they have to be 4 cost or more. Place it to the bottom of the deck, and he gets 1,000 for every 3. So he's essential for either the mirror match to get rid of the Sabos, or the black yellow Luffy matchup, getting rid of the Sabos in that match. So I always try to find him for the black yellow mirror, or not mirror, but the black yellow match. And it's a way around it. And then if really need be, if it's coming toward end game, I could have did it one time, but I forgot about his second ability. But I could have placed all these 4 costs to the bottom and buffed them up to go for like a last final swing. And that would have definitely went through. But yeah, I have it at a 2 of. I don't need it more. This is really just a tech card I use for the mirror and the black yellow Luffy. Next card I run, and it's a part of the CP package, is Kaku. So I have it at a 4 of. I know a lot of people were starting to cut the card out of their list. I personally like it. I may cut it down from 4, possibly to 3 to fit something else in. But I'm not completely sure. Obviously, on play, put 2 CP cards, pop a 3 cost or less. This card has come in clutch for me a bunch of times, reducing, you know, some of the bigger cards just down to 3 because that's all I have for minusing, and then he comes in and pops it. So I like the card personally, and then on top of it's a 1k counter, so if I'm not going to use it to pop, I'm using it to counter out. And then I could always bring it back or place it down with, you know, Spandine ability or Kaku's ability, because I do need to put CP cards. So that's the reason why I have it at a 4 of right now currently. But again, I might drop him down maybe to 3. Like I said, with the Sabo, drop that to 3 and then have 2 finger pistols in here. Or, you know, I've thought about running, you know, Ice Ages or possibly even Kuzan. There's a lot of different things you can do with the list. But at the time being, this is where it's at. I've had success with the deck so far. Not topping a lot, but at least coming in second. Or, you know, going X1 a lot of the locals or X2. And that's because I don't see what I need to see. So for my top end, I am running 2 E-shows. I was not running it at first. I was running Stussy and something else. But I learned the hard way that I need to play around E-show and then how essential E-show could be, because it has stripped out, you know, my Gecko Moria is out of hand or something that I really needed for the turn. So on play, if your opponent has 6 cards in hand, you strip 2, which you could definitely throw off a game plan. You could take exactly what they needed for the next turn. It's great. And then attach a Don, give something -3, so this will give reduction to the entire board. So I run it at a 2 of. I don't need it more than that. I do mill it a lot of the time and I can't get it back, but when I do have it on play, I'm keeping it and I'm going to play it on my 8 Don turn. Because then it makes my later plays to pop board with like Lucci or, you know, Brook, Nightmare Luffy, or even Kaku. Makes it a lot easier to get in the range if it could stick. And then it's a 9-10k swing when you're attaching the Don. So busted. After that, I'm running 2 Sabos, the new secret from OP7. On play, if you got to trash a card just like the old ways, you discard a card, pop a 5 cost and a 3 cost body. So this can get rid of 2. And then again, you could get your reduction off leader swing, reduction from stage, and you could get 2 things in range. Or if we got our Tempest kicks for those 2 extra Don, we might have that turn. But this is good for like the RP Law matchup or even the mirror match, getting rid of like Lucci and Rebecca or Sabo if needed. Because then you just got a leader swing, get any of the 4 costs in range for a 3, and then 5's already there. Or again, you could stage, swing, get rid of this, and then maybe something little off the board, unless you have another reduction card. But this is good to clear field. Then we got the main man himself. It's the only alt-art I still need to get in the deck. But we got Gecko Moria. We all know what he does. On play, place up to 1 character that costs a 4 or less, and then 1 character that costs a 2 or less. One's got to be rested. Onto the field from the trash. So this man is where some of the biggest plays of this deck come into play. So when on our 8 Don turn, you know, we got stage, tap the stage, we got leader swing, give it a reduction of 1. Play Moria. When Moria hits the field, we got an 8-9 body now. Moria can grab Rebecca from the trash. And then I could do like a Spandum if I need to fill the trash and find something else. You know, then you could do Spandum, look at the top 3, grab like a 2k. Then Rebecca. Rebecca grabs Spandine, play Spandine. You could put 3 CP cards away. Then you could play Lucci, pop 2 bodies. And when all that happens, you're playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bodies on my 8 Don turn. And that's if we're set up. So it is busted that this card, I can see this being limited eventually, very soon, who knows. But yeah, this is our playmaker right here for, you know, then we could go wide if they can't remove the field and we have a blocker. If not, again, I have seen like you could always do the Rebecca Helmepo if we need more reduction, and Rebecca can still grab Spandine to play the Lucci, or, you know, Rebecca could grab a Brook if we're not all the way there yet. So there's a lot of different combinations that we could do with the Gecko Moria and the Spandine in itself. So that is it for characters. Obviously for CP, for the CP package, I'm running 4, 7, 11, 15, 20 CP cards at the moment. And as far as events, again, going into the CP package, I am running 4 Tempest Kicks, 1 cost, draw 1 card, and if I have 10 cards in trash, I get to give something -3. A lot of people are confused with the ruling for this card. If you have 9 cards in trash and when you play with Tempest Kick, this is considered 10 and it could give something -3. Busted, it doesn't filter. It replaces itself in hand with the draw, and then you give something -3, and this is good for like a lot of the higher cost cards, bringing it down and then popping. So great card. This adds to the CP package, so it's 24 CP cards. Again, all searchable from Spandom, and then all utilized from Spandine and Kaku's ability and the other Kaku. So that's why I'm not too afraid of using my 5 cost to pop board. And for my last card of the deck is Eni's Lobby. Essential for the deck. It's a make or break sometimes. If you do not see this card in Lucci, it is a rough time. It is difficult. It's triggerable off of life. Play this card. So if you don't see it and you get it off life, amazing. If not, you know, it's rough. But it's doable, but it's just a rough time. But that's pretty much my Lucci deck list. If you guys like the content, make sure you guys subscribe, leave a like, and leave a comment down below. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.